Yo, welcome to Pennies and Plenties, man. We got a special guest, my guy.
What's up, my boy?
Introduce yourself, man.
I'm Aobub. I'm from Sacramento, California, really Rancho Cordova. You know, I used to be a gang member and things like that, but changing my life, following God now.
For surely. So, before we turned the camera on, man, you gave us a shout out. You know what I'm saying? You could have got on No Jumper, Innovator, and all the other platforms. What made you choose this one?
I just see that you following God, and you from back home. So it means more to show the kids and the people back home what they need to hear, what they need to see, what's going on, because we have a big impact on all the children. They're looking up to us. They watching the things we do, which means any rapper, all the viral ones like Skrilla, he practicing witchcraft in his raps. He really showing kids the things that is not right. All that 6'7" and shit like that he talking about devil, demonic things that people don't know about. He prays in Santeria. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
For sure. So before the camera's on again, we was talking. Can you kind of like describe your life and why you chose the route you choosing now, and you know?
Okay, well.
So give us a little summary on the beginning and before the thought of change.
I was out here playing with guns. I got caught with a gun at Cordova High School. I was at Cordova High School. I got caught with a gun at school. And, I was on ankle monitor for 6 months, and the only place I could go was church with my cousins and my family. So I was going to Bible studies every Wednesday. I was going every Sunday. I chose to get baptized. And then Pastor James in Oak Park, he had told me, you are a born leader, and when God has your full attention, you will lead many souls to heaven. I didn't understand then when he was telling me when God has my full attention, 'cause I'm like, man, God got my full attention right now. But little did I know I had so much more life to play out. So like, I don't know.
Nah, it's crazy because like me sitting here talking to you, I know it's real. You feel me? Like I can feel it. I just showed you again on my phone before we even started, before anything happened today. I posted a little clip on Instagram, and I was talking about God, and you know, sometimes you might not got the financial standpoint, but you also got social currency. You got things that people attract from you. You get right. So you can lead, and that's a good thing because, like you said, you didn't know what it meant until you started to understand it.
Right. And
everybody looking at you, these little kids looking at you, and some want to be what they talk to be, but at the end of the day, you gonna lead them. You feel what I'm saying?
And even with you posting about that, it was a manifestation. Whatever you speak and whatever you want to achieve, it will come to your life. Like you didn't know you was going to do this interview with me today, and I didn't even think I was going to do an interview today, but my brother was telling me like, man, just give him a chance. I'm like, yeah, I see he followed God, so I most definitely will get on his platform, but I didn't want to do no interview with No Jumper. Why? Because he don't believe in God, you know, and it's different than when you sit in a room with people that do believe. When you fellowship and when it's communion, it's different. Now I could really talk to you because you would understand from my point of view. People. He never said that he would come down here and talk to us. He said that he will give us signs. He will show us things. It's up to you if you want to accept those signs or you want to see the things that he's trying to show you. You know what I'm saying?
If you had to drop like two to three gems on the youth, what would you tell them now?
I would tell them to focus on school, definitely graduate, use all the resources the city give you, which you could call 211. They could put you in programs. They got youth programs that could give you housing. As long as you want to seek it, you will find it. You know what I'm saying? And I would tell them that get a career, be yourself. Don't be a statistic. Don't be nobody that they want you to be. Genuinely be who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would tell the kids.
100%. So do you still currently want to make music and shit like that, or is it just like, you know, you trying to find your route in between that?
I'm making music, but about God now. I'm making music about my testimonies and the things that I went through in life. I'm not making music. I'm not promoting secular music. I'm not going to be putting out music that's still going to make people want to slide or do things to people. Why would I promote that music if I'm changing my life? That would mean I'm lukewarm.
That's dope as fuck, bro. I like that, bro. I just, like I said, I think I just seen this post on yesterday, right? And it was hard. I was like, okay, that's tight. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you got social currency, and my boy Q right here inside of me always talk about social currency.
Right.
People don't understand that they have a following. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people really look up to you. They probably go to Instagram all day and look at what you do.
And when I make certain music, see, the thing is now, if I do make a secular song or I make secular music, it's because that's what certain people want to hear. But when they come to my page and see that I'm rapping about God also, it's just like, it's different. Like, I've been trying to rap on the beats that are hard and things like that because that's what people want to hear. That's the beats that make people dance and want to move around. So I'm trying to make songs to those to where they understand me and me talking about my life and also the things that God does for me. But also I got a fan base and a following that been following me since I made the secular music. And also I got to flood the music for them too. But at the same time, it's just about changing. Nobody changes overnight.
Man, just hearing your story right now, I got goosebumps, you know, just on this journey with God. You know, they say when three or more in the midst, you know what I mean?
He's right here with us.
And he is in this room. I always preach that. And it's funny, we always preaching growth and change. But you said something that's important, you know what I mean? That we didn't really captivate on or cultivate on. You know, you said that you ran into a pastor in the beginning of your journey. He told you, he prophesied about how you were going to be in a position to lead people to him. You get what I'm saying? And,
right.
And what you're doing right now, you know what I mean? It's kind of, it gives me goosebumps. You get what I'm saying? Because you're on your journey to doing that. You know what I'm saying? And how we on our journey to getting closer to God while doing this, all this shit just kind of gives me goosebumps. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What is your purpose of leading the youth away from like demonic 6-7 and all the other stuff? Like what drives you? What's your what makes you want to even do this, or even get on the interview and say anything like this?
Because I was a troubled child at one point. I was looking up to people that wasn't doing the right things. I was outside playing with guns. I was outside doing drugs. I never had a chance to be a kid because I was too busy being grown. And I learned from a young age. I watched a lot of people and been around a lot of people and seen a lot of things. And when you be around people and you see people doing drugs and doing a lot of things that you don't really want to do, but also you fall victim to your environment, you will do it too because you see the people doing it. You think it's cool. This is the things that people like to do. These are the things that they like to see. So it was just a part of me not being myself, me not genuinely being me. So I don't know. It's just hard to explain. Like, I'm going to give you my testimony. So last year, it was in 2025, I was homeless all year, right? And around in November, I had changed my life around. But long story short, I was doing whippets. I was doing all types of drugs. I was having seizures. I was hurt over a girl that I dated for 4 years. I really wanted to kill myself. And this is facts. I was sleeping in the car. I was homeless. I was in a different city far away from home. All these things, right? But all the things that I was asking God and that I wanted, I couldn't get it. Why? Because I was praying, but I also wasn't getting to know God. I wasn't getting in the Word. I wasn't understanding nothing. I was just praying for things, right? But the craziest part is, first of all, I called 211 at the beginning of the year, like months before, and they said they'll help me get in the program, get housing. I didn't get housing for a long time. I still was getting high. I still was doing things. Now, around November 2nd, my brother, I was talking on the phone with my brother. He was cutting off his dreads. And I'm like, bro, what you doing? He like, man, bro, I'm changing my life. He like, I don't want these dreads and things like this. I'm like, bro, you going through a mental crisis. So I went out there with him, or whatever the case may be. And when I went there, we were watching sermons. He was showing me Craig Lewis. He was showing me different people. We get in the Bible every morning. And I was telling him, like, man, when I go back, I'm still going to be homeless. And he was like, well, while you in my house, live like a king. Whatever you need, whatever you want to eat, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. So the next morning I woke up and we was watching a sermon and my phone was ringing. And I was like, man, I don't want to answer my phone because I don't want to interrupt what I was watching with my brother. I ended up answering my phone, and a lady, she was like, hey, this is D'Angelo. I'm like, yeah. She like, I got some great news for you. You got accepted into the housing commission. We got they're like, we got a program for you that is going to give you housing and give you an apartment, whatever. But this was, and it was crazy because I'm like, man, God, if that's what you wanted this whole time, I would have did it. But let me take it back a little bit before that.
Yeah.
So a couple weeks before that, which was in October, I was going through it, and this when I was in the car or whatnot, right? I'm sitting in the car. I'm calling different rehab centers. I'm telling them, like, man, I'm doing these whippets. I can't get off them. I'm doing like 10 whippets a day while I'm having seizures. They're like, that's not a real drug. You don't have withdrawals from whippets or whatever the case may be. So they didn't have no inpatient homes for me. So I end up keep calling people. I called one in San Ysidro, and the dude answered. It's called New Life Christian Center. A dude answered. His name was Joshua. I tell him my story and what was going on. And he was like, brother, let me go talk to the head dude. And he went and talked to the head director. And he was like, man, we got a room for you right now. You could come in or whatnot. I'm like, okay. He was like, can you get down here tonight? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try. Long story short, I didn't end up going. I ended up hanging up the phone with him. I ended up kept getting high or whatever, you know. And then the next day I was like, man, I was just tripping yesterday. I don't need to go into a rehab. I'm okay, you know. And then my sister, I'm sitting with my sister, and she was like, let's watch this movie, The Passion of Jesus Christ or whatever. We end up watching the movie. I'm watching God get mocked, get beat on, get spit on while he was taking his cross up the mountain, all the stuff. Right, so I get on my knees and I put my sweater on the floor. I'm crying and snot and tears. I'm asking God, like, if you really want me to change, show me. Give me the strength. Give me the signs. Give me the wisdom. Show me where I need to change. Show me the things I need to do. So it was crazy because the day before that program had called again, and I denied them for 2 days. But after I watched The Passion of Jesus Christ, I don't know if it was Peter or Paul, they denied God 3 times. So after this, after I cried and I prayed to him, I go sit in the car with my Asian friend. I hit the whip and I'm smoking and stuff, and I get the call from that place. I'm like, man, bruh, I gotta go check myself into this rehab.
That's that third time.
Right, I answered the phone. This was the 3rd call. So after I answered, I'm like, I can't be like Peter, right, or Paul, whatever the case may be. I'm like, I can't be like him. I can't deny God when I'm asking God for a change, when I'm asking him for these things. So I ended up going down there. I get to the church or whatever. I got 2 of my brothers with me, an Asian brother and a black brother. We get in there. My Asian brother, he's just sitting there chilling. The black homie telling him, he like, man, bro, I had plans today. I had things to do. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm not supposed to be in no church. I told you to take me and do these things. I told him, like, look, bro, if you keep interrupting the word and you keep disrespecting this church, we're going to have to go outside and get down. He ended up being quiet and sat through the service. And he cried at the end because we went to the altar and we got prayer. I'm talking about in the church, long story short, the church I went into, it was all Hispanic. It was all Mexican. They were speaking in Spanish, but they gave me a translator so I could hear what they were saying, and somebody was narrating it for me. So I'm hearing the word or whatever. They say, come up there for prayer. I go up there for the prayer. It's old ladies speaking in Spanish, old men, all of these different people. I don't know what they saying, but they praying so hard. I feel God's spirit. They crying, they talking to me. Then there was a boy that was 17 years old. His name Joey. He was talking like he was 35. He like, I've been where you been at. I've been through these things. He like, I was a Sereno. I was outside playing with guns. All of these things. He like, brother, you could change. Mind you, the whole time I'm thinking it's a grown man. When I open my eyes, it's a little boy talking to me the whole time. Craziest part is he tell me like, just stay here, stay in the rehab center, just give it a chance. I'm like, nah, it ain't diverse enough. It's all Spanish, it's all Mexicans in there. Even though I'm Mexican, I don't know Spanish, so I'm like, I don't want to stay in here. Whatever the case may be, after he talked to me and I opened my eyes and seen it was him, and he was like, just give it a chance. I gave it a chance. I stayed there. I ended up staying in the rehab. The first night, it was an old man there. He got Alzheimer's and he kind of schizophrenic. He walking back and forth past my bed. I'm like, oh no, I can't stay here, you know, like. Craziest part is it was a blackout, so you don't have no phone there. You can't have no phone. So for 3 days, I didn't have no phone. I'm waking up at 5:30 a.m. with them. They're doing prayers with different people on TikTok all over the world. They're talking. They doing these things. I'm getting up. I'm doing it. The craziest part about the story was When I came, they had a bird cage. And when I walked up to the bird cage, they stopped chirping. And they're like, that's just because they don't know you, but they'll get to know you. The next day I came to the bird cage, I'm sitting in front of it, they chirping and stuff, they peeping me out. It was a bird in there. And a cat tried to get in there and it ripped the bird leg off. One of the dudes there put two toothpicks on the leg and gave it a crutch and hid it in his locker. And he was helping the bird when they were going to kill it. They was going to put it down. He helped the bird. And the bird ended up being the strongest bird in the cage. And it's crazy that God show you even in animals, you could always strive and be the greatest no matter what you're going through or no matter what's going on. So I was like, that was dope to me. Now, here when I left, after I left there, I stopped doing drugs. I stopped doing things. That was a couple weeks later. That's when I got the housing. That's when I got in the schooling program. That's when I started trying to get a career doing solar panel installation. All these things God blessing me with, right? The craziest part is it was on Christmas. I was out there alone and I was like, okay, I have some money. I had the apartment that they gave me. I went and bought a box of donuts and I bought some flowers. I took it to that group home. I took it to the church. When I brought it in there, the old man that I thought was like crazy and they say he don't remember things. I walked in there. He was like, Zeta, Zeta. He was saying my name in Spanish, which they said he don't remember things. Feel me?
Yeah.
But he remembered me. That right there was crazy. I'm like, wow, he's saying my name.
But see, it's like things like that, right? That the signs that we don't catch. Remember we were talking about signs, right? And it's shit like that happens in our lives that sometimes we'll dismiss. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But even in that story, how, the dude helped the bird, how I look at that is like, there was a story how God visited this dude. He said that, God, he was like, God, Lord, I'm trying to come, I want you to come. I want you to come to my house. He's like, I'll be there. The Lord never showed up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead, 3 other people showed up. And every time the people would show up, he would give them stuff. The next day, he went back to the Lord and was like, Lord, I waited for you. He was like, I did come to you. I came to you all 3 times. And you helped me all 3 times.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes when I'm outside and I'm helping other people in their struggles and I actually do stuff like that, sometimes I feel like that's what the Lord want me to do because it's my test. You feel what I'm saying? It's my sign. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can see that in you, brother, for real, for real. But now that you're going through this metamorphosis, beautiful metamorphosis, you feel what I'm saying? What's your vision? Now that you were there, you what do you see? Because it's visualizing it, right? Where do you see yourself down the road? Not 5 years, 10 years. I'm talking about like, where do you see your ultimate self with this and your purpose right now with what you're trying to achieve?
I honestly think that I might be one of the biggest rappers rapping about God and doing the right things. I see myself changing a lot of kids' lives that was going through things like me. I see myself, I don't want to say leading people to heaven or to God, but I definitely am going to plant my seeds because everybody has their different walks with God. So even though you got friends and you got people that you want them to change so bad, but it also, I watched this video of this girl that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Lay. She said, God has different walks with different people. So when you go in people's life and you tell them that they need to be doing this and doing that, you can't do that because you confuse people and you're stopping God's work. Just like God had to put you through all of those things and make you get tired of living for the flesh, he has to do that for other people. So with you trying to stop them and do that, you're stopping God's work. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not God. You cannot change people, but you could plant your seeds. You could tell people the right things and tell them to do the right things, right? So I don't know where I see myself really, but I know that I'm gonna be big and I'm gonna be great one day for sure. And just like you said, when 2 or more is together, God is right in the room with you. So when you said that you just got the chills on your body, that's the Holy Spirit. And now that's like even when I pray and I do things right, when chills shoot up my back, that's God. Yeah. That's God doing that to you. When you're praying, it was a time I was talking to Mikey So Christian, right? And this my brother. He be texting me all the time and telling me, hey, bro, don't post that music. Don't do this. Don't do those things, right? But he was like, look, Buck, set up your phone and stand up and put your hands like this. He like, pray and ask God to touch you. A lot of people will say I'm lying right now. I'm sitting there, I'm praying. And I'm asking God, and it was so crazy because it felt like he was pushing my pinky down.
Oh, wow.
And and I was like, wow, because Mikey told me to do that, and he was talking to me, and he walked me through it, and I'm still on my walk, so I'm not perfect. Music that I post and certain things I do, it's not perfect, but the only person that was perfect was God. It was Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, just like I said, everybody got their different walks with God, but I know what direction I'm going to, and I know what I want, and I know what God is going to help me achieve.
For sure. Is there anything that you would want to leave for the last comments? Like anything else you want to leave, like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to say to the people that pray and do try to find God, and you feel like he's not there and he doesn't hear you, he does. He loves the ones that pray and still seek him even when he doesn't give signs. It says in the Bible, it's like a physic, right? When people need a doctor, people that go to the doctor are people that are hurt. That are people that are going through things. Why would God need to fix somebody that's already right when they already doing the right things? That's what doctors are for. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I would just say, stay grounded, keep your walk going with God, and do the right things.